There are reports of backstage frustration between Tony Khan and MJF in AEW. A WWE tag team was pulled from last night's Raw, and a popular WWE talent returned backstage on last night's show. More on that later on. Hello everybody, yes indeed, it's time to head over to AEW for some strange and I think surprising news coming out of that promotion. According to Fightful Select, Tony Khan and MJF had a discussion this past weekend that was said to have left both men frustrated. This all apparently came from MJF's recent interview with Ariel Helwani, who is primarily an MMA journalist, but also sometimes dips his toe
in there. He's been on BT Sport talking to the WWE boys.
He has indeed. So, maybe just a general combat sports guy now, I suppose we could say. He interviewed MJF, and they talked for over an hour about various different things, including MJF's contract status within All Elite Wrestling. The deal runs until 2024, which MJF's made publicly known. He uses it as part of his promos sometimes. He says the bidding war in 2024. Yeah. Very much playing up on the fact that, he's going to play them off against each other, the companies, in his heel character.
Yeah, of course. It's
already got me looking forward to 2024.
Me too.
But apparently, the contract status of MJF has left him frustrated of late, and also that Tony Khan took issue with the interview being set up without notifying AEW's PR team of the interview. So, very strange. Apparently as well, I remember I read last night on Twitter, I think from the Fightful report, I think it was stemming from that, I think someone had quoted it, that apparently the actual content of the interview, what MJF was saying, wouldn't have caused Tony Khan an issue. Okay. It was just the fact that he hadn't greenlit it first.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay.
So, but I'm not sure about that. I don't know. But it's a strange one, because even if that's what Tony Khan's saying, I feel like if it was just an interview where they talked about like MJF's favorite ice cream, Tony Khan wouldn't have cared if it was greenlit first. So,
that's very true. And I don't really know if Tony's super bothered about this, obviously, with MJF being in his company at the moment and doing fantastic things. MJF was very high on WWE as well. He was praising them very much. And I don't know whether Tony Khan would take umbrage with that or not, but I think it's a smart thing for MJF to do as a young talent, is play the companies off against each other in kayfabe, obviously.
Absolutely,
but then also there's got to be some flavor of realism to it as well. At 2024,
there's got to be. Yeah, but I think ultimately, and obviously a lot can change in 2 years, but MJF's not stupid. I think he knows that he maybe in terms of how he is and how he looks and how he seems, he might on the surface seem like a WWE guy, but I think long term he's not the tallest, and obviously that unfortunately does matter still on the main roster. Certainly, they didn't want the rumors where they wanted Adam Cole to just be a manager. Yeah, he's like one of the best wrestlers in the world. So MJF again, also. He wouldn't have been able to cut those kind of savage, unfiltered promos.
Absolutely
in
not.
This sort of the more tightly controlled WWE environment as well. So I think ultimately, if it came down to it, you've got to assume that MJF would use it as part of a storyline, but stay with AEW. But then I'd have said that about Cody Rhodes as well. Yeah. But
so, I guess the difference with Cody is that he's been around in the industry a lot longer, and he has done a lot more things. I think there's a lot more for MJF to do in AEW. We like the long-term story building that they do, and I think MJF's got some really good long-term stuff coming his way soon, especially with Wardlow and everything as well.
Absolutely.
Them two for the AEW title at some point has got to be a thing, I reckon. Yeah.
I think you've got, everybody seems to say that MJF's a future AEW World Champion. And if everything goes well and his contract gets renewed, I guess, or even maybe before then he surely will be. He's got to be. I reckon he could well be the man to beat Hangman Page, but then Punk could.
Yeah,
Punk's been giving
doing
it all
the thing, and he was doing the run.
And then MJF could beat Punk.
Yeah. That ties up, because he did say in his promo, "I'm not done with you
here, guys.
I'm not done with you, Punk.
I'm going to give you the most embarrassing loss of your career," and it would be a big loss. And then do you know who my pick would be to beat MJF and save the day?
Go on.
Eddie Kingston, probably.
The person who is just down with us working class.
He's just one of us.
He's just one of us.
If me and you were on the town with Eddie Kingston, he'd love us.
Oh, he would. He would.
Actually does like Matthew.
Does he really? He chucks him out and stuff. But, that's just bants, isn't it, with lads and that.
Right, we're going to cross the line now, Andrew. We're crossing the line to WWE, where Wrestling Inc. have reported that Alpha Academy were pulled from last night's Raw episode, the go-home show for WrestleMania as well, which is very strange. Not strange that there'd have been a last-minute change to Raw. We know that happens sort of seemingly every week.
It does.
But on the go-home show to Mania, when they're in a WrestleMania title match as well.
True. Part of me was thinking, maybe if something had happened during a live event, because we know WWE have been putting on live events too, even if there's like the tiniest signs of an injury or something, maybe it's possible. You don't want to risk it, do you? Just stay home, make sure you're recovered for the biggest moment in WWE's year.
Fair enough. Well, both members of Alpha Academy were working live events in Canada this past weekend in triple threat matches with the Street Profits and Owens and Rollins, which is going to be the title match at Wrestle. Oh no, it's not. It's not Owens and Rollins.
No. It's Street Profits, RK Bro, Alpha Academy.
RK Bro, Street Profits, RK Bro, and Alpha Academy for the Raw Tag Team titles. Now, the match was still advertised all throughout yesterday, though. But again, it's unfortunately not too strange for WWE to advertise something and then kind of pull it at the last second, especially from Raw or SmackDown. So.
Yeah, and you know what? Again, if it is something to do with perhaps like a possible injury that they just want to make sure everybody's fine for the evening of WrestleMania, then I'm absolutely all right with that, because those three teams are fantastic together.
Oh, I think that match, if it's given time, could be like a sleeper hit.
Yeah, me too.
It could be
without
really
a doubt.
Good. So that's very exciting. Now, broadening our scope a little bit to just talk about WrestleMania weekend as a whole, because we're moving to a different show, a different promotion. We're talking about Supercard of Honor, which takes place this Friday. Ring of Honor, recently bought, of course, by Tony Khan.
Yeah.
And are one of many promotions holding a show over WrestleMania weekend, not just WWE. We've got a Ring of Honor show, we've got an Impact show, we've got a New Japan show as well, then so many indies as well.
So much.
So Ring of Honor have announced they're going to crown an interim women's champion at Supercard of Honor 2022, and that match is going to be Mercedes Martinez against Willow Nightingale. The winner, therefore, receiving a shot at the door. Just made a noise, but no one came in. A shot at the current Ring of Honor women's champion, Deonna Purrazzo. The reason for the creation of this interim belt in what is kind of an MMA sort of storyline, it's a bit, because you could realistically just make that a number one contenders match. It doesn't need to be interim time. But Purrazzo is appearing at Impact show that weekend and is defending not the Ring of Honor, either the Ring of Honor women's title or the AAA women's title against a mystery opponent.
Yeah.
So she's not going to be at Supercard of Honor despite currently being the Ring of Honor women's champion.
Yeah.
They're creating this interim title shot, and then between Mercedes Martinez and Willow Nightingale, the winner will face Deonna Purrazzo, or you've got to assume if someone beats her, then that person. I've done it.
He's done it. He's done it. There's a lot
really
of backwards and forwards and strange caveats.
It was actually a relatively simple situation, and I've made it sound so complex. But also the Impact Women's title is being defended on a different show as well.
It's anything goes. It's the Multiverse of Madness or whatever it's called, isn't it? What is it?
Show, yeah.
Multiverse of matches. Anything can happen this weekend.
Absolutely. Let's run down the and it's taking place as well. It overlaps with Ring of Honor's show too.
Yeah.
So there was, unless Deonna's gonna make sure her matches are at different times and then get a quick Uber.
Ooh.
But I don't know.
That'd be quite good.
Quite cool. Yeah. Also, there are. Let's just run down the card. In fact, the Supercard of Honor. We've got the unification match between the Ring of Honor champion Jonathan Gresham and the man who still claims to be Ring of Honor champion Bandido for the unified, the undisputed title. We've got Shane Strickland versus Alex Zane. What a match that'll be. The Ring of Honor pure champion Josh Woods defending against Wheeler Yuta. The Briscoes taking on FTR for the tag team titles, and Jay Lethal versus Lee Moriarty, accompanied by Matt Sydal.
Nice.
I think that's on paper, that's a very strong card.
That's fat stacks right there.
Oh, it absolutely is.
I'm looking forward to the Mercedes Martinez and Willow Nightingale match. I think they had a lot of beef in Shimmer as well at one point. And
Mercedes Martinez had beef with everyone.
She does have beef with
She
everyone.
was like the main, she was the alpha dog of
She was
Shimmer.
the alpha beef.
She was the alpha beef.
The prime rib steak.
Didn't she used to have beef with Shayna Baszler? Oh, they were in a stable as well.
They were in a stable,
Shimmer.
yeah.
Oh man,
so tasty.
It is
so tasty.
Season that beef.
Season the beef.
That Ring of Honor card is such a prime cut of beef with all those matches on it.
Butcher's shop.
What were we talking about?
Well,
I've got another news story for you.
Oh, another one. Jack, go on. Treat us all.
You were about to say it, and then I cut you off. I'm sorry.
I was.
Go for it. Go on.
Right, so there has been a popular WWE talent that has been backstage at Raw last night, Jack. Wrestling Inc. are reporting that after taking time off at the start of the year, Tyson Kidd has returned to work backstage at Raw. Wrestling Inc. also reporting saying a report noted that there had been rumblings within WWE that said Kidd was quitting the company, but that was chalked up to miscommunication. There's also talk of Kidd being frustrated with the company and unhappy with how things were going, but WWE sources quickly dismissed those rumors. It was also reported that he was taking time off to help heal his neck. While Kidd is able to function well, that doesn't change the fact that his neck is in terrible shape and at times he has flare-ups. So Fightful also commented that Kidd was listed as producer/agent on the internal run sheet for last night's Raw, and it's lovely to know that Tyson's back.
Well, yes, especially because whenever you hear stories usually of Tyson Kidd backstage, it's usually in a positive light. People seem to say he's a very talented road agent.
Very, very much so, you know, and I think I'm right in believing that when we hear of, oh man, that match was dead good, usually Tyson Kidd is somewhere tied into something to do with that, at least anyway.
Quite often.
Yeah.
I can't remember when all the Shane McMahon stuff was being reported and kicked off during the last Royal Rumble. Was it that Tyson Kidd wasn't there and that meant that Shane took too much power, or was it that Tyson Kidd was there and he was one of the main people that Shane was kind of overruling?
Oh, I can't remember. It was definitely it was one of the two for sure. Yeah, but that just goes to show how much of an influence Tyson Kidd really does have on all the good stuff that happens on WWE TV, right?
Oh, absolutely. And I think he seems like a nice bloke.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Seems like a nice guy. Hopefully he's doing well. Obviously, you can't expect like his neck to just one day be fine because you know he's had really bad issues with his neck, which forced him to retire, of course. But it's really good to see that he's still kind of making the most of his career in the business.
Absolutely.
And continues to be a popular figure backstage. And he's back just in time for WrestleMania. WrestleMania, baby!
Whoa!
It's fast approaching. We've got a lot of content coming up for WrestleMania weekend as well. Oh man, I was about to run through it all, but just keep an eye on the channel. There's so much stuff. In fact, I'm pretty sure we'll be doing a pictures with Ross, won't we?
Yes, I'm sure we will be tomorrow.
I need to write my pictures.
Oh, I've got 2 so far. I got 2, and I'm thinking of a 3rd one.
Fair enough. Well, I'll see your pictures whenever that video goes out, Andrew.
I'll see your pictures and I'll raise you 3 more pictures from Ross. There you go.
And 3 from me and 3 from Andrew. That'll be 9 lovely pictures and a lot of other content as well. You and Ross will be doing predictions.
We will. Predictions.
It's a busy week for you.
Yeah, myself and Adam, I think this afternoon are going to be doing the WrestleMania card on WWE 2K22, which should be good fun. You've got a video going out about the matches over WrestleMania weekend that are away. I did indeed.
When's it going out? Do you know?
One day this week.
Thank you.
There you go. There's plenty of stuff to look forward to. Adam will be live streaming and whatnot as well. Perhaps you with NXT as well.
I'm live streaming NXT Stand and Deliver on the Saturday, and we'll be doing What Happened At videos for both nights of WrestleMania. And yeah, Adam will be streaming. It's all kicking off. Thank you very much for joining, and also check out our earlier news video today if you missed it too. Thanks very much. Stay safe out there, and it's WrestleMania.